2020 promise. Let me just, it's 39. How many should I give you? Should I?
If you can give the key ones in there.
So they
the
said that they will
ones.
encourage the colleges of education to update their curricula to ensure they produce graduates that will teach the well-equipped and critical thinking population. I'm doing the auditing on spot, so forgive me. They say they will restore the teacher and nursing training allowances. They restore the book and research allowances for teachers. Introduce history of Ghana as a subject, abolish the payment of utility fees by students, and among the others. Now, when you go to the 2024...
But before you do that, do we know, for the 2016 one, do we know how many they were able to fulfill when it comes to education?
For education, they did no more than 60%. I have the data, but it's not offered.
All right.
They did more than... They didn't do more than 60%.
Okay.
Yes. Not more than 60%, yes. So, the 2024, the NPP, when you read the 260-page document where you find their promise on education is... are
you talking about 2024 or 2020?
2024, sorry, 2024 manifesto, where you find education, where they start from is page 164. 164. So if you can go through together, so if I'm mixing it, you let me know. Now, the NPP and the education, they started by listing some of the achievements that they've done. So they listed achievements in the early years and primary education, where they are talking about reading comprehension, where they've improved from 18% in 2016 to 38% in 2023. Then secondary education, they talked about bringing on board the free TVET. You know, TVET was initially not part of it. At tertiary education, they are saying that they successfully transitioned teacher training colleges to tertiary institutions, that is university colleges. So under everyone, I'm just giving you some of the things that they say they've done under it. Then they're also saying that they piloted a centralized application processing system to manage university applications and admission, which is expected to be ready for a rollout in 2024-2025. I would like to know the said piloting that they've done. Now, when it comes to the promise, the NPP government says that, and let me read for you. The next NPP administration under Bawumia presidency will focus further on the removal of barriers to education at all levels. We believe that education must be about giving every Ghanaian child a just beginning in life and opportunities for lifelong learning, especially the opportunities arising from the fourth industrial revolution. Our broad policy objectives, therefore, revolve around 5 key pillars. So, according to the NPP, in 2024, the educational project, if Ghanaian finds favor, with Dr. Mabrami given the mandate, will be on 5 pillars. Pillar 1 will be about early years and primary. Pillar 2, secondary and TVET. Pillar 3, tertiary. Pillar 4, complementary education and lifelong learning. Pillar 5, education, financing and infrastructure. Now, when you go under Pillar 1, this is what the NPP want to do. They say they will revamp schools in underserved communities and renovate KGs and primary schools to make them conducive, accessible, and inclusive. And they also say that they will upscale play-based learning in all KGs to enhance and promote holistic child development and create a more enjoyable learning experience for learners. So they are saying that KGs all over the country, they will enhance and promote holistic child development and create a more enjoyable learning experience for learners. So that's what they are saying. Third, under the Pillar 1, they will provide special incentives to teachers in KGs and primary schools to attract high-performing teachers. So if you teach in KG, Bawumia is saying that they will give you special incentives. 4, prioritize ongoing professional development for early years and primary teachers. There will be personal development scholarships and all that. We need to know the facts of this. 5, leverage PPP, public-private partnerships, to ensure private sector participation in educational management of low-performing public early years and primary schools. Incentivize the training of teachers of local languages as well as of French, Arabic, and others to enhance their knowledge and skill. Remember, George has been raising issue about the erosion of the Ghana languages in schools. So he's saying that they will train local teachers.
And when you say George, you're talking about Sam George.
Sam George, yes, the MP for Pram. And also say that scale up establishment of technology hubs in schools. So there will be cages where they have flash screens, TVs with cartoons on it there so that they can learn. Why are you laughing?
No, but this is when you hear them. They are laudable things. But you ask yourself, when I interviewed, the gentleman from Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asai.
Yeah.
We still have people who are studying under trees.
Yeah.
We still have people who are studying in classrooms that are, bad.
Dilapidated.
And then they are lying on their bare stomachs to study and write.
Zimbabwe recently did a story like that. Now,
so if you're telling us about monitors, televisions, how do I compare it?
We have bigger fish to fry. Now, so
are those our priorities?
Dave, he said we'll do it. Now, one of the things for me going through the budget, the
manifesto,
why do I keep saying budget? The manifesto that I really like is this one. Prioritize the special education needs of learners. David, there are many cases who are born where you're before but they have dyslexia, they have other learning, autism and all that. So special needs important. They when your school down I don't pay attention because you see, I feel that there are many people lacking behind education, not necessarily because they are dumb or daft. No, I think that it's because of how we are teaching them. And Dave, I'm saying this based on my experience. Dave, when I was in the university, we did something called Kiss and Mass, where we had gone back to my basic school in Akufrida and Akwakubuati, where we are trying to teach the kids using infographics and all that. And that year, our BEC results improved. So we need to find these special ways of teaching kids. Now, Dave, that is pillar one. Some of the things I've stated under pillar one. Now, let's go to pillar two. Pillar two, as I said, is about secondary and TVET education. Under pillar 2, they say that they will protect and enhance free secondary education.
No, but before we do pillar 2, the concerns are raised, they are genuine and they are legitimate.
Yeah.
Because if somebody is going to school, I mean, who would want to go to a school where
there are laptops,
there are monitors, electricity is working, functioning very well, where you can be taught.
Yeah.
So these are fine promises. Yeah. I don't know whether, and putting this manifesto together, what we've learned from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and his team is that they went out there and they engaged with the Ghanaian people. Yeah. They sought their concerns and what they would want Bawumia government, for example, to do.
Yeah.
So are they saying that people do not raise concerns about the state in which some of the buildings are in?
So Dave, when you listen to the vice chair of the manifesto committee, Kojo Ponkrumah, said that when they did their own survey, they came to 14 issues that the Ghanaian people raised with Bawumia's team when they went around. The top 3 being cost of living, roads, and jobs.
And jobs, yes.
And Dave, I'm saying that this is his mandate. The reason why the manifesto is that now we can't change it because we cannot make input. But we can track if Ghanaians find favor with him in 2027, 2026, 2025, 2028, and ask him, Mr. President, you said KGs will have these things.
These things, yeah.
You went to the KGs.
And even for me, before we even get the 2026, 27, 28, and whatever, we should also find out from him where the source of funding is going to come from.
Very important.
Where the source of funding is going to come for us to be able to do these things.
Yeah.
Because if we just say it's trial like that, where are you going to get the funding from? What are the timelines for
I don't think it also be fair to say it's trial like that.
No. So hold on. Okay, fine. Maybe it came out wrongly. Yeah. But I'm saying that's what you've churned out. But you are not added to it where you're going to get the source of funding from and targets.
Historically, manifestos will not give you the sources of fund.
No, that's what I'm coming. So he has people who can speak to these things.
Exactly. I agree with you. So I'm saying that if someone is expecting the manifesto to capture the financials, no. But what I agree with you on is that post. So, for example, I listened to Kojo Ponkrumah yesterday when you speak to Joy saying that the flat tax, we are deviating small, but the flat tax, people were asking what percentage.
Yeah.
But he gave us a clue.
Roughly 20. Roughly 20?
No, he said that it will not be more than Togo. So, if Togo is say 20%, you can say that maybe ours workers are say 18, 19. But he said that for now, they promised the flat tax. They've not yet given the percentage because they are still looking at the numbers.
And I remember when Wilson asked the question and pegged it around 20, he says, listen, let me emphasize that we haven't said 20.
Exactly.
Because people go out there, might read something on some social media platform and come and say they said 20.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
In fact, yesterday, when I did a quick detour and I was reading about Estonia. When you read about Estonia, they are doing this e-residency thing where they balloon their GDP because a lot of people are going there, the flat tax regime system, and it's being more accommodative to individual.
And for me, I think that's also going to help our businesses stay here. And then import their stuff into this country and then clear them from the ports in this country instead of using the Togo port like some of them do anyway. So we'll find time and look at other things.
Some of the cages, you see, they don't even need monitors. Some of them, the color of the paint alone. You see, there's a street in Soweto. One of the reasons I want to go to South Africa. So if you are listening to want to do anything for me, take me to South Africa. It's Soweto. There's this street. Yesterday, Western even shared it. That they went to Soweto. Someone said, "Oh, these are colored houses. The only thing is paint on houses. The houses somewhere in Ghana, but it's the paint." So sometimes even the kids, sometimes schools, the environment alone should be too
I know a lot of children who has a lot of problem when they see white paper, reading from white paper. It just confuses
so all
them.
Those things.
But when you put them in colors, it sticks.
No, but for me, so still on this education bit and the monitors and the computerized, he's a digitalized person. So
yes, in fact, digitalization. So I was trying to do the hit. The word that got the most hits in the manifesto is digital. 196 times. Followed by economy 73 times, and followed by the CD 15 times, the youth 61 times. So that's why for me I was saying that this manifesto, and just opposing the pitch Bamia did after reading the excerpt of the manifesto, was a Gen Z.
Well, I wouldn't want to dwell too much on what I've said already. But listen, you go to some of the places